Y'all can't burn us up now. Y'all don't burn the man up working. It's warm in here. They don't be right now. Light be coming down here. Y'all do something in your seat. The one cold. Let me just rub yourself around and do something. Huh? They cold. I gotta suffer then. Well, amazing that we're here. Okay. I would like to say some things that I told you guys stand to be a little further indulged on, just for the fact of knowledge and truth, Amat. I originally taught you guys something concerning a word. Africa. Which is a word that derived from Mizraim. Is that it? Mizraim? Z-A-R. That's it, Mizraim, which we refer to them by their father's name, which is amazing how we do things, because just show you how things hadn't changed for us. If you look at history, how many of y'all are familiar with going to family reunions? Family gathering, or you went to a funeral, which is going to involve family or whatever. It's amazing people come up and they be like, you, what you call it, boy? In the country, they'll refer to you more as somebody. They say, this is, what you call it? You remember, they be like, yeah, that's her son, or that's his son, or that's, well, that's how we refer to them. They'll refer to them as Egyptian. We refer to them more or less as Mizraim, simply because that's their father's name. He referred to us, well, those of us that are transgressed by their father's name. He said, you are your father. You what you call it, boy. Because you know why people say that? Because there's a characteristic or something. Don't even tell me. What you call it, your daddy? I knew it. I could see and tell you. Because you have certain traits of behavior. So when we refer to Mizraim, the Egyptian, we refer to them as Mizraim because of their father. You got it? So now we start to look at why I kind of taught you guys this. The significance of the word and learning it from Mizraim is not the actual literal word that we would actually use. The actual literal word we would use will refer over to Cush. They're going to teach you and the reason why, when you refer to the whole region of what they would call Africa, and we'll kind of discuss why we started here, because in some points you need to kind of know what they know so you can be more definitive in your statements. Y'all got me? A lot of times there's a reason why they kind of refer us over in using the terminology Africa or Africa. Y'all got me? Because it refers to a statement that is kind of time you guys kind of knew, so you'll know when people are talking to you, you won't be a person that kind of lack intelligence. But the actual name of the area we refer to would be Cush, which means when you call it Cush, it means the land is black. Y'all got me? It's referred to as the black land. Even on earlier maps, you'll find the terminology they would have the Negro land. All of Africa, if they would say state, which will move from Cush, they'll refer to it as the black land. That's why the sea is called the amazingly Cush. But see, they know you don't catch on. It don't make sense that you don't refer to the land as black but the water. Y'all got me? Okay. Probably one of reading the water dark, all those that drowned through the slave trade they put in the water. But they will refer to it as the Black Sea is actually going to be referred to. Then you'll see them use the terminology Ethiopia, referring to the land, but it's not just a little small part of it. We're looking at the whole region, what we refer to as Cush. Y'all got it? Now, the thing that we look at when we look at Africa and Mizraim in their terminology and using it because everybody plays games with us. The reason why they use the terminology because they actually are trying to tell you something. Their end is first part that they will believe, well, probably from Aramaic. They'll try to refer to this over as being the opening, turning to the opening. Turning to the opening. One definition from one culture of people, not so much Mizraim. But this part here is the part you want to be more concerned about. Remember we talked about this, the dominance of the K and not using the C when they spell Africa and using the K? Because we're talking about the Ka. And for Mizraim, they're talking about something too. Because Mizraim believed that you had two souls. This is why when they bury, they do something that's kind of a little different. Who know what they do when they bury people? What do? They wrap them up, embalm them, disembowel them, put them in 6 feet, put them in a tomb. One man got you. That's why they bury them with their goods. One man picked it up. The reason why they bury them with their stuff and they will put food in there with them because they believed that they had a second soul. So when you refer to the turning and the opening, they believe when you died that your second soul, that you're going to get back up. This is why we have to learn about these people so we learn why we don't use certain description when it come down to us and why we have to move away from stuff. See, everybody plays with us. And they'll let you go, they'll let you say something, and that's why the Greeks and everybody else will come on and give you Africa and different things, because all these people believe there's a second soul. We let you know these people all learn something from us. Isn't that right? We believe the first soul can be rejuvenated. Isn't that right? They believe that there's two souls and that you have another soul, and that second soul, you'll be able to get up and you'll be able to get those things. That's why they bury well. And they'll put food, and they believe when your second soul get up, you'll be able to eat, you'll be able to do all these different things. That's not our belief, the way they have it. Y'all got me? So you just need to know certain things. When we refer to the land, we refer as Cush, because you tell them that the land is black, or you referring to it as black. And then we go to his father. Is? Hello? I can't hear y'all. They said, Ruach? I'm confused. What's his father's name? Who? Ruach. That say Nuach, H-A-M? I'm confused up here. I'm like, goodness. There's a C. They just didn't want you to know it. Hell, who's going to name their child Pork? Somebody that can know clean and unclean. Man unloaded a vessel, and he was supposed to take 2 of every kind that were clean, the male and his female, and 7 of the clean, the male and his female, and 2 of the unclean, the male and his female. He's going to name his child Pork. This makes sense, though, when you look at these people. They always got somewhere introducing you or inducing you with something. Come, well, you know what the, but they teach us one thing to get us another, which we refer to hot or dark. See, the people have always been of dark color, and we're from a dark region, or a region that will make us dark, because just like the book told us in the book of Shir HaSharim, don't be mad because the sun has smiled on me. As the tents of Kedar, how dark they were. But yet we've been induced again, and these people mixing us. It's a lot of different variables that play into the fact that how we are so destructive toward one another. If you put ours together, all of us in here are light shades different in color. And it plays a lot it plays a lot in our behavior of our prejudice toward one another. You won't find a lot of lighter skinned people that associate with a lot of dark skinned people. Without you knowing or not, you can dissociate yourself by color. Yet you look at white people all the time and you look at them being discriminatory or being discriminating toward you because of your color. You do it toward one another all the time. You're prejudiced toward one another. Isn't that right? There's a certain psychosis with certain colors. I don't like red niggas. Red niggas think they better than everybody. Did every red nigga tell you that? I don't like black niggas. I just don't like them. They look nasty. Well, did you know that for a fact, all of it? That's what they told you. Then when whites come up and say the same thing about you, you heard them cracker, prejudice cracker. You have the same prejudice, and there should be a prejudice. Not because of color, but we should discriminate because of belief. Y'all got me? You were taught to discriminate because of belief. Y'all hear me? Okay. About a sheet, they will call it Genesis. About a sheet. Let's see, 25 and 1. Wonderful Husha. And one of the problems that have happened with us is the lack of not discriminating and segregating. That's why we have a lot of problems we got, because we hadn't discriminated, because we hadn't segregated. Yeah, we get mad with these white people. The white people are only doing what they've read your book to teach them. They tell you why they don't like you, because all of y'all steal. Because y'all rape and y'all kill white women. You want white women. All of you, it's easy to tell why I don't like. White people can tell why they don't like you. That sounds dumb to you, but that's actually their trait. And you're just too stupid to use it on. When you black and you say, I don't want to be with white people because white people do thus and soft, say, negative. Well, quackers do it all the time. All right, let's see what happens. About a sheet, 25 and 1. Since we him, listen.
Then again, Abraham took a Nashim, and her name was Keturah, and she bare him.
24. 24 and 1. Listen.
And Abraham was old and well stricken in age.
He was old and he was up in age. What happened, son?
And Elohim had blessed Abraham in all things.
Mm-hmm.
And Abraham said unto his eldest servant of his house,
what did he tell him?
That ruled over all that he had, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh, and I will make thee swear by Elohim of Shamayim and the Elohim of the Arits, that thou shalt not take a Nashim unto my ben of the daughters of the Canaanites among whom I dwell.
You see that? He realized, I can be among these people, I can do business with them, but don't take them. This is a direct act of prejudice. He didn't say, except for this certain neighborhood, don't take nobody of none of these people from around me. Absolutely. Now you can say, well, what about this one? She cute. I know what you said. Swear. I want you to pledge an oath to Elohim that you won't take one of them, because you got to look at their fathers. Okay. That's amazing. Because Yahusha did the same thing that come down to you. When you talked about what you wouldn't do, he told you to fill up the measure of your, who was it? Your father. He said, you be the children of them. So he looked at the same thing. The people whom I dwelt, he brought me here to see this land, to measure out the land, because he was going to give me the land. If it was any good in any of you, I wouldn't be here. So it wouldn't make sense to take one of you. Y'all all right? This is prejudice. This is discrimination. These people got a case against Abraham. But they don't teach you this, do they? Listen.
But thou shalt go unto my country and to my kindred, and take a Nashim unto my ben Yasakut.
See that? If we're going to take one, it's supposed to be from one of our own people. Even when it come down to, let me show you something. Listen what happened.
And the servant said unto him, peradventure, the woman would not be willing to follow me unto this land. Must I needs bring thy ben again unto the land from whence thou camest?
What happened?
Abraham said unto him, beware thou that thou bring not my ben thither again.
See that? That's amazing. You were taught the same thing when they talk about transferring. We use this same act when it come down to going back to sin. He looked at, he had been delivered from a place for a reason and brought to another place for a reason. it wouldn't make sense to go back. And we say all that to look at how many times we revert back when things don't work out for us. The first thing he looked at, well, what if she don't come? Would that excuse me to be able to go and take him back? He can't go back. And that's the mindset every one of us had to have today. Y'all hear me? And it's a mind we should have had in the past, that regardless of situation don't prevail to our favor at the time, that does not change our first commitment. You got me? We're not to return back. As Kerry was saying, I'm not going back to Egypt because Yahuwah freed us. We're not supposed to return. And well, we were evenly entreated. Y'all hear? And when it come down to it, we really don't even need them. But we always look for an excuse and already look for the word. But what if she don't come? Now, if he would have gave him the leeway and said, then you could take him, then how much exerted effort was he going to put to try to get her there? I already got out. You don't want to go back with me over here. Okay. I didn't even try. Because anytime you give our people out or you give them an excuse, they're going to go more to the excuse. They're going to go toward the effort. I want you to go ahead and do such and such and make sure you do so. What if I can't do it? Well, don't worry about it. So what you think I'm going to go ahead and do? I'm going to tell you that don't worry about it. And I'm going to tell you what you said. You said if I can't do it, don't worry about it. See, we got to get that mindset and start putting forth the effort, the real assertive effort to make sure it's done. Y'all got me? That's the purpose of making sure we take the theory. It's easy for anybody to tell you. The quit is nothing. It takes something to keep going. Y'all got me? The average is in here, you built for, when I'm saying you built for failure, simply because of the people you surround and you deal yourself with. The communication and people you deal with. So it's easy for the people around you quit. The people around you don't do. The people around you don't put a concerted effort. Y'all hear me? So it's easy when you do it. You look at, I don't have any type of real drive because the people I deal with don't have drive. And that's what Abraham looked at. The people he's going to get, the people he took me from a certain place because he saw something in me. If anybody I'm going to see anything going to be in, I'm going back to that house. And that's the same, we got to do the same thing. We're so quick to go outside the house. Now we're talking about the house. We're not dealing so as color as we're dealing with the Sadiq of faith, which is the righteousness of faith. When it come down to who we take and who we deal with, we got to be with people with the same mind. When we talked about in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 10. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 10. Listen.
Now I beseech you, Aki,
Now I ask you, brethren,
by the name of our Elohim, Yahushua HaMashiach,
tell them what he said.
that y'all speak the same thing,
And what happened?
and that there be no divisions among you,
But that you do what?
be perfectly joined together
With the what?
in the same mind
And what else?
and in the same judgment.
So it makes sense why he won't want any of the people in that land. What kind of judgment you going to get? What kind of mind they going to have? See, a lot of times we don't look at that. We look at cute, fun, them eyes. A lot of stuff that we've attracted to that got us in the situation we've been in hadn't been on any kind of real resource or basis. Y'all got me? When he talked about when we looked at what we do, he said, you're supposed to have the same mind. And your judgment should be the same. Y'all got me? But a lot of time it's not because we mixed and mingled in with certain people and certain behaviors and certain cultures we've taken on that we've forgotten. Y'all hear me? And it's driven us away, and it's the very thing he tried to keep us from. Abraham, when he took him, it was like a seclusion. You can't go back there. There's no way. And not only was it for him, he didn't tell his son, well, I can't go back, but you can go back. When one of our own did return, man, what happened? He got beat 10 times. 10 times. It shows you what happens. You know, sometimes you look at, I ain't never got to go back. My mama, dad, they left, and they ain't never been back, and they ain't never I'm going to go back and see. Then you get back, you get screwed. When the mother told him to go back to her brother's house and get it, what happened? He got screwed. He spent 14 years he wound up sitting out. 7 years he spent for trying to work to get the woman he loved and didn't get her. Now he got to work 7 more years. This is what happened. Every time I tell you not to go and do something, you do it. It's going to come back to be your hurt. Then he get you to stay here. And he looked at, I want to spend it 20 years. When I got here among you, this was a 7-year deal and I was supposed to be out. I wound up spending 20 years. You've changed my wages 10 times. Since I've been here. Every time you were supposed to give me something, you always gave me the worst of everything you had. He said, I had sleepless nights. That's the same thing we have among these people now. Sleepless nights. We wind up being in the cold with these people. He said, everything you lost wound up being in my account. When we did sharecropping with these crackers, any losses, you ate them. How am I being in control of the weather? All these animals I'm out here keeping your flock, I'm going to lose one. I'm going to lose one. But then you say, you know what? I'm about to take that out your pay. Every time you dealt with these people, the very thing he told us not to do, we've done, and now we come back to see our hurt. Because we didn't keep the consistency of Abraham. He didn't go. Prejudice, discrimination, this is what you need. At the 7th chapter of the book of All Ahei Dabarim, they're going to call it Deuteronomy. Dabarim 7. I will read 7 and 1. Listen.
When Yahuwah thy Elohim shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it,
What happened?
and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou, and when Yahuwah thy Elohim shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor shew mercy unto them.
That's dangerous. Can you imagine that? Some people come along and discriminate against other people and don't have no compassion with them. You know what's amazing about that? Donald Trump just happened to put up and ban. You ain't gonna believe how many countries it is. 7. 7 countries. And you know what they're arguing? The fact that we as Americans don't have compassion for these people. These people are refugees. These people are looking for safe havens, and yet you close your heart upon these people. And some of these people will say here, and you will agree with this foolishness. Well, your book just told you to do it before Donald Trump did it. The people, and Abraham looked at that. When I come in among these people, I don't have no care for them. So I definitely want to give my kids to them. I can really give a damn about what happened to them. That's crazy. You know what I look at? That's hateful. This in your book. He was taught to discriminate. The man clearly is prejudiced. Mushar is teaching you prejudice and segregation. I sit here and watch these people walk with their kids and just fall out and die. He told me, and he brought me here because he was kicking you out. So I have no compassion. He just, now, cause you know what it is? I know what it say, but my nature. I just had this gut feeling that just make me want to go help everybody. I don't have that gut feeling. Your feelings supposed to be dictated by the book. Now, he just sat here and told you that we all supposed to speak. Shouldn't be nobody should break ranks and go and try to help them. And it shouldn't be we shouldn't have no split behind it. We're supposed to be perfectly joined. I mean, this fit. With the same mind and the side said, don't bother me, they fell out and died. Or mocked. The same job. Now, let me get something across to you. The reason why we need to do this is a test of your obedience. This is where we failed at. Because you know what we look at? I got kids. I wouldn't want nobody to sit there and leave me laying out. I wouldn't want, it's not about what you, of course you have kids. What you forgot is nobody cared about you. When you sat in captivity, nobody fought to bring you out. When it came down to no compassion and no empathy, they had it first. Our no compassion came up for the fact you let me and my kids die. You left us dried out. Huh? You let us sit here and starve. So I don't give a damn about yours. That's amazing. This is why we're ineffective. We're ineffective because Christian antics have taught us that if you feel this certain type of way, this is not a feeling of God. We don't serve God. He serves God. That's why we're in the hellhole we're in. Had we learned who Al Ahim is, the mighty one, he taught us God, and he framed our minds saying, well, that's just what we call, that's what they call theirs God. Everything they got is a God. They make many gods. And this is why we're in the problem, and this is why we're in the situation we have. They also have a God. Basha sent me this morning. Muse. It's Greek. You should, because you amuse me. It's Greek. OJ told the best. Who remember the OJ song? I love. What kind? Any kind of music. Any kind. Been playing you ever since you've been here. Don't you love it? Any kind of music. I said, what's your favorite? Any kind. They've been playing the whole time you've been here. These are the type of people we did. So you can see why he told you when I start to cast these people out, don't you go and set up no refugee camp. Don't you go feeling sorry for these people. Because you're going to make a league and a covenant with these people, and you're going to find yourself in transgression. See, I put these people out for a reason. Because these people have been seeking and been playing with other gods. You've been too dumb to know it. But the first thing you walk out with your other mind, you got to have that third eye. If you have a third eye, you have a deformity. By all equivalent of nature, you have a deformity. He never gave you no three eyes. This is that foolishness again, that third eye. All that junk you get from Mizraim, these other people playing with you in this music stuff, they played you. Because they've learned how to do the same thing you've done. Speaking in yourselves, song, hymns, and ruach songs make it melt in your heart to Elohim, because they've been making it to theirs. They remember, some of them remember the OJ I Love Music, how hot that was. Was that hot? Any kind of music. I mean, I can jazz. I don't care classical. I just love music, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't discriminate white, black. It don't matter. I love all kind of music. That's amusing. Very amusing. And then sometimes, you know what you can do when it's amusing? You can park. They take an amusement park, they play music. They've been telling you how they tell you what music do. It soothe the savage beast. Guess what happened? Niggas have always been able, when things happen to us, you can just play a song. It calm us down, cool us off, make me hang up. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm pissed off, man, come in, just play my music. He's been playing you. That's why he's been in charge of the person to give you the message. Look at people been giving you the message in your music. Look at what you've been inviting in. Listen to what you've been listening to. If something is wrong, you don't want to be right. Huh? Music give us direction. Certain music have made us go and shoot, kill, do. They've been controlling you. They've done this. They've done study with animals, with music. What aroused them in their cave versus what kind of calmed them down. They've been playing you the whole time they had you. No happen. What go on, they can put some music behind and it can control your mind. Huh? They've been playing us. They've been playing us. All races. They know what to give them. They know what punk rock, hard melt, heavy melt. They know what all of it to do. They know exactly how to control certain music. You say. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Huh? Oh, that's my jam right there. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little something, you know what I'm saying? A little drink, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what they look at? I already know what you're going to do. That's why I let them put it out there. Those beats they give you, certain thing they get, they already know. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, that's it down. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Want to have sex. They control certain music. They call it mood music. That's all they've been doing. They've been moving us with their mood music. And now we got to come back to look at the reasoning and why he told us he didn't want you making no covenant with these people, and he didn't want you making no agreement, and he didn't want you to give yourself over to them. Y'all all right? Come on, let's finish this up. Goodness.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
What happened?
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his ben.
And you know what the man asks you when you get out there? Who give this woman to this man to be married? That's amazing that come up in the ceremony. Nobody asked about that man, though, who get his man. The dad had to stand there. If you the father, if it ain't the father, he did get the uncle, get the granddaddy. Somebody that has that father-type figure. Who gives this woman away to be married? I do. You just became guilty. Because I just told you don't give your daughter away to me married. You see how they played us? The whole little skit of when they write up and they give you for the marriage ceremony, it's all Catholic. That's why I don't use it. The whole skit, because you're supposed to say in the name of the Father and in the Son and in the Holy Ghost in your prayer. That's why I break ranks and just go from the book. Because they get you. They've been programmed. You're going to have to give them away, do the whole thing, because you're going to give away according to their gods. These people play with you in everything you do. Everything they do, they have some type of connection to their gods. We just haven't paid attention to it. Listen.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy ben.
Mm-hmm.
For they will turn away thy ben from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of Yahuwah be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
All of a sudden, look like we just getting shot down and getting killed. I wonder why. I wonder why all of a sudden look like we getting killed, we getting murdered, we getting massacred. He said, so you know what's happened with us? We'll sit and we'll have water cooler talk and we'll discuss other things, trying to figure out what's going on. What we need to get is like a forum where we can get all our spiritual Negro leaders together and we can talk and get the people together, get business people together and sit down and see what we can do to try to come up with a solution, a common solution, a solution for a common problem that affects all of us. Instead of let's sit down and do like the book did. Once you ask the Kohan concerning the law. Because we go back and look at what we've given ourselves into and what we've married and what we've gone into, there's going to be a division. And that's what he tried to tell you. You're going to have 5 going to be in one house. It's going to be 2 against 3. Because once that dabarim, which they're going to call the word, settles in and a person really let it resonate into their minds through the hearing of the end, it actually sinks in the inner part, it's going to cause a deep separation. So when you take these people and their heart already not down, all you're going to do is going to get further and further distant. And then you got to make a decision. My marriage or the word? What would God want me to do? See, now everything you're doing is going back to Greek logic. Elohim is always going to want you to follow the word, as he did with Lut when he had to leave from the city. He couldn't say what I already know. He just told me to get out of the city and don't look back. Now, my wife or your husband look back, that does not change the obligation or the stipulations of what he told me. Get out. Flee for your life. That's the whole purpose of why we made the decision to come to the Dabarim. But when you come, you need to look at what all's on the table. What I'm going to have to give up. What I'm going to have to walk away from. What I'm going to have to separate from. Y'all got me? Because when you make your mind to actually serve Elohim the way it's actually recorded in the book for us, it's going to cause a division. Because some people ain't trying to go that far. I mean, some stuff, I don't know, I'm confused. Watch them. Because they're going to get ready to pull your heart. Sometimes I'm with it. Sometimes I get thrown. Watch them. Or when you get thrown because you got something going on. Everybody, ain't no fool. I know what people tell y'all. Ain't no fool. Let me tell you. Listen, all that I can't focus, I can't go stuff going on, these are all tactics, and this is stuff that comes from the devil. You got to let your mind be open for that type of food. Everything I'm telling you about your soul being saved. You can't, listen, I don't care what you believe, what you've been thinking. The man just told you don't pity these people. Don't do it. Now you're going to go do it. Now you got somebody that transgress. And their transgression ain't because they got no love and care for other people. It's because they do like he told them. Love not the world. Neither the things. You know how that's going to make sense. Because everything that's in the world, the lust of the eye, the pride of life, he said, that's not of me. That's of the world. And the world, that's why I don't want you to have your heart toward these people. Everybody people look, you can get a preacher that can preach a sermon about what Lot should have did if he really loved his wife. And get people to say, I didn't look at that. I didn't consider. And then tell you how, see, that's why Jesus came to teach a man how to love his wife. Husbands. See, if Lot had been in this dispensation, he'd have been condemned. Heaven done jumped up and done ripped the damn skirt off. Because now he done played semantics with you. He played games. You're looking at, he loved his life. The book said, he that will love and see, let him do what? And do what? He had to separate. It's good. I got to separate. Because he told me to flee for my life. And fleeing for my life is going to entangle you getting left behind because you make a decision you don't want to live. Then I got to go. I definitely ain't trying to burn and go there. Let me tell you something. A lot of times y'all have put a lot of effort and time in trying to pull somebody along. I don't believe in pulling nobody along. If this ain't what you want to do, I'm glad for you. For the fact that I ain't used to holding me down. This is a self-journey. It's like, man, it's a self-journey. That's why I'm pressed to make it in. That's being honest. It's a self-journey. When it comes down to your soul, man, what good in my relationship with you when I can't stop you from going to hell? I can't pull you out there and you can't pull me. I got enough just to save myself. That's my work to get me. So when you sat down and you're going to put your inability down and let it affect you that you can't focus and you can't be saved, to hell with you. Listen, I got everything, every individual on the planet got to deal with. I got to eat, I got to sleep, I got health issues, I got problems, situations, I got a man. But at the end of the day, none of that supersedes my soul got to be saved. Well, if you can let something come in and entangle you and keep you from focusing on being saved, to hell with you. That's just being honest. The man said, flee for your life. If you're going to let some of this hold you, we talking about for your life. For your life. What could be more important? Nothing I got is any good to me if I ain't living. It's no good. I'm dead. So what purpose is trying to run back to get, I'm going to die. Why would I run back to something and I'm going to die? It's going to make sense I'm going to take out the something so I can live. That's the only reason I'm here. Y'all got me? Sometimes people waste a lot of time I need to try to explain to them. It just take a little more time. No, when you hear the word, the book told you what to do. Abarim, 3 and 7. But see, when you say here you want to neglect what the man told you, then you put your own self in damnation. They're going to call it Hebrews. That's what you use when you talking about who made the bill. Who made this damn bill? You say, oh, he brewed it. Because they start out wanting to know who made it damn. You already know it's somebody finna be in trouble, so hurry up and tell on him. If they say they like it, you say, oh, I made it. Don't worry about it. 3 and 7. Matter of fact, make it 3 and 1. Your soul, your life. A lot of y'all will play around long enough till you die and leave here and go to hell. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. You know, but you got to settle in your heart. When you hear the word, we talked about the heart again, not the literal heart, in your inner parts. That man on the inner side got to get a resting place. Everybody can get things going to come up, you're going to have struggles, and things going to come in and fight. But you can't give in to that foolishness. At the end of the day, you got to look at that soul on the inside, you're going to leave that body. You're going to have to stand before the judgment. Now, you stand before the judgment, the book says you don't give account to the deeds done in the body. And where you going to go if you ain't right should be enough to drive you to make you stand on the right path. Where I'm going to go if I ain't right is enough to make me be here today. Where I'm going to go? When everybody else go to hell, he going to let me go to the store? He got a little cooler where he going to put other people at who ain't quite hell going and ain't quite salvation. See, that's the mindset some of y'all got. Anybody putting their mind, let me tell you something. Had a conversation with me, you don't mind going to hell. I'm giving y'all my books. I can't fool. I ain't even wasting my time to talk to you because you've already done sold yourself to some foolishness that you have no idea what you done said. Because when you get there, ain't no coming back. He clearly told the red man, you can't come back. Let him just cool my pot. He said, that man can't come to you. That's a great golf. You can't come to him and he can't come to you. Done. That's the same thing Abraham tried to let him know. People don't look at, when you look at Abraham not going back to, one thing he had to do when he left, when we look at, we call ourselves Abarim because it's other side. He crossed over the Tigris. He's not going back over there. He's not going back to Babylon. The Babylon man, not going back. This fools that y'all doing keep reverting back people, you got to pull them, drag people on, to hell with them. That's your soul. At some point, you got to care enough about yourself. You can put so much concern to other people, you ain't even put in your own self. What drives you to make you stay this course? The same thing got to drive them. You can't give nobody nothing. Hold yourself. Hold on, we got Tahalim, right quick. 49 and 1. Let me see what it is. Let's make sure first. I might be wrong. Hell, I'm with you. Go and go to hell. If you're real serious, jump off a cliff and do it. Go on to the grave. Hell, that's the quicker way to find out. People don't believe what they believe. You know, they found a study on people that jump off of buildings. What they'll typically do is they wear glasses. They take them off. You know that's 75? They kill. They really don't want to see it. Keep them on the jump. I want you to see yourself plumbed all the way down there and bust hell wide open. That shows you the significance of your care for some. You don't want to break your glasses, but you finna die and go to hell. You see how you get them every time make a fool? You know they found that as a study of people. That people that wear glasses, they jump off a building, they'll take their glasses off. Hell, they worry about some prescription lenses. And he don't prescribe for your ass to be saved. See, every time he shoot people in the ritual, and now you got to realize you just jumped to your death, and the next time your eyes open, you're going to be standing before that man, and your behind is leaving, and you're going straight to hell. Let me tell you something. Don't let nobody make no fool out of y'all in here. Other than that camera. Don't y'all be stupid. Listen, I'm fully persuaded nothing is going to separate me from the love of Allah. My wife tell me right now she ain't going to do it no more. It's unfortunate. I will be here doing my job come what they're going to call it Wednesday night. It's Kamashi. I will be here doing my job. Y'all understand me? At the end of the day, I got to. You know why I'm here? I had to flee for my life. Y'all got me? It's just behind it. People will tie you up with their foolishness and have you drug out here and you be sitting here and you be behind. For the sake of, you know what you want to do? I don't want people to look at me. I don't want people to see where I'm separated. I don't want people to see something going on in my home. When people see what's going on in my home, you better know it's on her. It ain't on me. Y'all hear me? What I got worried about, who I want to see? Him that said how that look low. See, now we're going to come down like the book said, men pleasers. You know how many people in stuff they know ain't right, know the person not doing it, know the person's mind ain't to do what they had to do. Why am I killing time with you? For the sake of, I'm trying to let people sit and speak well. You know, told these folks speaking well of you. They do the same thing about the fall prophet. You know what I mean? Look at Eddie Long White. Stayed with him all that time, knew he having sex with boys. Knew he was a known homosexual. But for the sake of people saying good, and it didn't work out, he still died and people talking about him gay. People wrote articles on him. When he talked about he had started taking Popeye chicken out of his diet. They said apparently he done took little boys out of his diet. Newspaper articles even put it in there. So now all that she did instead of to make it look good to try to say keep her family home together, it still didn't work because they ain't gone. That's how Yahuwah work. Anything you're going to do other than what he told you, it ain't going to stand. You're going to say, you got the nerve to stand Dagon up beside him? Hell, I'll push him over. He said, it ain't going to stand. A house divided can't stand. You don't keep trying to put it back up. The man keep pushing it down for a reason. You got to learn, you got to flee for your life. People ain't got that mindset. You'll be sitting around hoping, well, he could just, let's just be practical. And I tell this to y'all, for some of y'all separated, to some of y'all in here now. I know some of the struggles we have at being married. I'm married. And sometimes the struggle will come in, you keep trying to keep somebody, hoping he'll just touch her. Hopefully, he'll just wake him up, hopefully. How the hell you got more sense than him? That's right. Who did it for him to touch you? You got to be concerned for yourself. Sometimes you'll put more effort and time behind people trying to get them praying and being patient with them. You don't realize they don't care for themselves. It's unfortunate. Two people can hear the same thing, and yet the resolve don't come up to say, you know what? I got to get my soul saved. I got to have a resting place for my soul. It don't matter. I'm so upset right now. I ain't even worried about being saved. I don't care if I'm going to die and go to hell. I guarantee this last time we'll be talking. I ain't finna lay beside your ass. You ain't finna kill me. I ain't never got that mad. I ain't never got that upset that it don't matter about me going here. It ain't make no sense to come. Then, I want to apologize. I want to pray. I want to try to get it right. I got, stuff will bother me. I ain't never got that mad. It's like fella so now, man, I got so drunk, man. You know, man, I had wound up sleeping with a sister. I ain't never got that drunk. I don't know how you get that much liquor. No, you didn't. Hell, you want that sister when you was sober. Once you start drinking and that nigga start he got long hair and pretty eyes and lips, hell, I am through. I quit. I'm going to AA in the morning. Hell, I'm through. Every time you drink, he getting cuter and cuter. Throw it down. Because that's already in your heart. All that happened, the right thing has incited you. See, people, but we buy it now. You be, oh, okay. Now what you gonna lie to yourself? Cause you want, I guess you could get so drunk. No, you can't. That's how people want. That's how the same mentality people use when it come down when he tell you to do something. I just told you don't make no lead, don't have no compassion for him, but you do it anyway. Cause you start thinking about you. You start thinking about it could possibly happen. Because I know I got kids. I know I got a family. I know I wouldn't want my family. It ain't about what you want. It's about what he said and what he want. And that's why we fail every time. Because a lot of things we do, it always off the dictation of our heart versus the word had to dictate. We talked about last night, gut feeling. My instinct. Give me Bible for instinct, gut feeling. Third eye. All you got book for is for you to obey and to follow the book. He's never left it in your mind and in your hands for you to sit down and make decision or determination off your gut feeling. I just see him doing. If you see him doing something outside the book, I say you blind. Do y'all understand how strict we are? This is why when we look back at patriarchs of old, I'm for one used to always, how these people, man, if I could have been like, you know he did? The same double ring he left for them to become the people they were is the same one you got. What happens when you hear it, you start deciding. You start dictating. You start feeling. Your emotions start to override things. That's where the problem comes in at. The people that stayed the course got completed. You never get yourself into completion or even obtaining the ruach simply because you got too many other things going on. We talked about fire, laying aside weights. Even sometimes some of these marriages can be weights. That's tight. That's tight. Leon, you could have had your family in. It would have been a weight to him. He told me that. It would have been a weight. I remember that. I said take a lot. Some people ain't with theirs for different reasons. Everybody. For every reason is different. Some people, if the person did call them and said we'd be but, they'll do it. They'll do it. They'll do it. I know they will. Some of them, you not because they don't want you. They'll go to hell. They'll cut their heaven on before they get with you. And that's a good thing for you, because they had another mind, you'll be out of him. Yep. That's what being honest. Very few people have the mind, I got to weigh everything. It's going to play on me. It's going to be a real pull on me dealing with you. Come Christmas time, what I got to go through, come Thanksgiving, come Easter, come end of this time, come up, I just don't want that weight. I got to stay with you. Come on, let me you. Every time you just walk somewhere. Because I got to make sure you don't mess up. Now, while I'm doing this, guess who I ain't got time to take care of? I'm too busy trying to make sure he don't mess up. That's a weight. And now you know what happened with that weight? It's going to become a sin. Because now I'm neglecting what I need to do. Now sin, how that a sin? I just don't want him or her, whomever your situation might be, to go to hell. This is what you got to have. When you got a real concern about yourself, you realize what it takes. If somebody care about themselves, they'll do the same thing. That's right. You know what nobody ain't got to do? Come wake me up. Come drag me. Come sit outside bed and say, Tony, let's be practical. You don't want to die and go to hell. But come on now. I love you. You need to come on now. You need to stay focused. It's hard. Listen, come on. You can do this. I'm telling you, come on. Listen, I'll be right there with you and I'll help you. Yeah, this is too much talking. Because this ain't going to be the first time, ain't going to be the last time I got to talk you through it. Now, you know what you just did? You just opened up a window where you finna be doing this quite regular. Nobody had to do that to me. He ain't got to wake me up in the morning and try to convince me to get up and do that. Man, that thing in my heart. It's in my heart. That's just being, how many times you had to get at me, taught me sick, head hurts, said, you got to, you just got to push through it. We're not going to have that conversation. I already know what I got to do. Head hurting now. I'm thinking about ass hurting, burning in hell. When I'm talking about ass, I'm talking about the whole structure. I talk to people just that direct because you need people to talk to you direct so you can change how you working. People pulling, pushing you, that makes no sense. That thing got to get in your heart. Every now and then a push don't hurt, but sometimes you got to roll. Hey, you think you're pushing the car and I'm sitting here, they ain't moving, I come up and what you doing? I got my foot on the brake. Hell, I ain't pushing. It's crazy. I ain't trying to push no car with no brakes on. Now, if you're going to put one of your feet and you're going to push, we going downhill and you work with me, I don't mind. But if you're going to say, close down and put the brake, I'm not pushing. You'll be all right. Please help me with the brakes on. I ain't doing me killing myself. Y'all got to start learning when to focus on some stuff. You got to let people make their decisions. Y'all hear me? Even he told you about the man that had 2 sons. One wanted all that stuff. Give it to him and let him go get out there and see. And make sure that door closed, don't let them back in. They'll realize it. When you get out there in that slop and your ass around and you ain't got nowhere to come back, you'll regret you ever done it. I'm trying to tell you, sometimes you got to make this thing. He done showed you. Let them sit out there and see for themselves. A lot of times people sitting here, they don't realize, go on, get out here and mix in with these little preachers and I'll make a fool out you. When you find out how many folks, I got people that I deal with do business. All they want to tell about their pastor. Man, my pastor lying, my pastor do this, my pastor did this, my pastor done. I said, hey, look at him. I said, well, that's all right. Because on the hell, you the fool. When you see your pastor wrong, you got to know, say, why are you still there? That's scary. Man, you ain't going to believe what he did. Yes, I do. I don't know how you ain't figure that. I believe it. He done knocked up another girl. So I'm trying to figure, why are you still there? And you talk about it, but then he a good person. Because you know why they don't leave? Because there's a reflection of them. They know it's wrong, but it's a reflection, and they're comfortable in that kind of foolishness. You got to get people you can't be comfortable in your foolishness. People, you need to be uncomfortable. You need to feel discomfort when you're wrong. You need to get conviction. That's why people don't change. That's why there's no resolution. Come on, son, let's see what he told here in Tahalim. Well, we get Abarim 3:1. This is Tahalim, which is the praises. Tahalim. Tahalim, they're going to call it Psalms 49:1. Listen what he told you.
Hear this.
Who is he? I'm just wondering. Hear
this.
Hear
this.
Who?
All ye people.
Baby, stop. I want you to pay attention. Listen. The Lord trying to tell you. God is trying to tell you something. God is trying to tell you. I hear you, Lord. I know it. Every time you disobey, you hear the Lord all the time. The Lord of the ring, Lord of the flies. You hear all the Lords. That's the problem. But the man just told you right here.
This,
all
ye people, give ear, all ye inhabitants of the Aretz.
Bow,
low and high,
rich,
and poor together.
Who is he talking to? Who did he discriminate against? Who need to be listening? What economic status need to be paying attention? Ain't nobody exempt. So if you hear this, what's wrong with everybody else? They make more money than you. They broker than you. They live in a better neighborhood than you. They live in who is exempt? Everybody here. This is what's going to happen.
My mouth shall speak of wisdom,
and
the meditation of my heart
shall be
of understanding.
Comprehension. You're going to be able to comprehend it, but not if you're not listening. If you're dazing out doing other stuff, you're going to miss something. Listen.
I will incline mine ear to a marshali.
You hear that? To a byword adage. He said, that's what I'm going to listen to. They're going to say proverb. But he said to a marshali. I'm going to listen. I'm going to be listening to a marshali. And what happens, son?
I will open my dark saying upon the harp.
The hidden speech. Now, what's been hidden from us? Dark, because usually darkness, like a dark, will cover something. He talked about how he made darkness his pavilion, his dwelling place. That's why he got in black skin. He said, now I'm going to open my dark saying. I'm going to open up speech that's been hidden from you. Listen what he told you.
Wherefore should I fear in the yamim of evil?
That's what he's saying. Why should I fear in the yamim when the days of evil come? Listen.
When the iniquity of my heels shall compass me about.
That's what he said. You know what bad? Your bad-ass attitude. How resistant you are toward fighting the Dabarim. How rebellious you are. Then he want to know, you shouldn't be scared when the day of judgment comes. Why should you? Because everything that's coming on you, it been because of your transgression. That's what he's saying. Why all of a sudden should I be afraid now? Everything that's coming on me is what I done brought up. He ain't more. What I've sown, I'm starting to reap it. So he said, now why should I be afraid in the day when it comes up that I be recompensed for my behavior? Listen.
They that trust in their wealth.
Does what?
And boast themselves in the multitude of their riches.
What happens, son?
None of them
can do what?
By any means redeem his Aki.
So what good is it going for you to accumulate all that stuff? He asked you, so he asked you to what profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? What will a man give in exchange for his life? He told you that because you should have known the law. So we all could have the same judgment. You know why people get away with the stuff they do in here in other places? Because the truth be told, even my people here, all y'all ain't got the same judgment. When I tell you something else is talking. I hear a small voice talking to me. I can hear the Lord speaking to me. That's dangerous. Because now he's starting to tell you now. They boast themselves in all these different things. Listen what happened.
Nor give to Elohim a ransom for him.
You ain't got nothing that you can give for a ransom for your soul. Nobody asks, what will a man give in exchange for his soul? Where's your ransom? You know, people will kidnap people and say, I got, dear whoever such and such, I've kidnapped your son or your daughter. I'm asking for $3 million ransom. Or I'll kill them. How many of y'all ain't got $3 million? So what's going to happen to that child? Dead. Okay, come down to your soul. He's got your soul. And if you can't get him back a clean, separated life with the Ruach, you're dead. In other words, you ain't got $3 million. A lot of y'all know if you ain't got $3 million, how many of y'all know people you can go borrow $3 million from? Good, because all your friends are black. And if they got it, they're going to lie and they ain't going to give it to you. Because I know they're going to lie, you a nigga. I know you ain't going to pay me back. You going to lie, give me $5, then $20, then you going to come up with something and have your dog done die. No, I ain't got it. Man, that bad. You're going to lose your daughter, your son. Well, this is what we're looking at. Now we're talking about your soul. This is the same equivalent. You don't have what it takes sufficient for your soul. Listen.
For the redemption of their soul is precious,
yeah,
and it ceaseth forever.
What happened?
That he should still live forever and not see corruption.
So now we're looking at what you going to give. You ain't got what it takes to save your soul alive. Which means every one of us sitting here, you're a dead man or a dead woman if you don't possess the Ruach, which they're going to tell you which is the spirit. Spirit is another word they use for liquor, certain behaviors. We're talking about the Ruach. It don't make sense to say the Ruach is the spirit because we just say we don't have one. The Ruach is going to be the indwelling, or the enlightening, or the order of Yahuwah. Y'all hear me? Because we're going to look at what gives life. Light or order gives life. So when we look at the Ruach, it's going to make sense to equate this to an order. Y'all got it? Because light is a sign of life. When he started to create, you know what he wanted to do? Put some light down. So now this is the same, because now we got manifestation. Then guess what's going to happen? The Ruach has manifestation too. If you say you got it, show some signs. Y'all got it? You say you got it, show some signs. Somebody say, you know, such and such can sing. Rick can really sing. What typically somebody going to say? Let me hear it. Because if you can sing, you ought to be able to show some signs. They said, such and such can play ball. Man, they ain't really good. Man, I'm telling you, man, boy, bad. Boy, dude, you know what you do? I'll go find a damn ball. I want to see, because typically you're looking for signs. Well, now when you're saying you possess the Ruach, you're going to show signs. Y'all all right? All these things we're looking at, we got to start to pay attention to. When he starts saying, or you saying that you are a child of Elohim, he's looking for signs. I just told you not to do something. Not to give yourself to these people, not to have compassion for these people, don't make no league with these people, then show some signs. Y'all look at the news, I see they baby. I just started crying. I just told you don't have no compassion for these people. Because these same people, it looks hard to you because your oppressor taught you, but your oppressor do the same thing to you. When they see your kids get shot down on the news, get killed, what white people say? Well, what do they do? They said, well, the police tried to pull it. Well, that's right there. That's what happened. They should have stopped. You saw, you serious? They're doing what you were told to do. You said that don't make no sense. You tell me they shot the man down because the man didn't stop. He should have stopped. But you can't get away with that. Because some on the inside working on the outside. Gut feeling, third eye. Come on over here to Abarim 3-1. We got some conclusion if y'all can hang in here. Get them some coffee. Because y'all need information. I'll show you there's information for you. You just don't know it. Listen.
Wherefore, Kodash Aki, partakers of the Shamayim calling.
Kodash, not holy. That's what they taught us. Holy again, just drop the Y and change it to an I. It's going to refer over to their Hindu deity. Now, would it make sense to say that Kodash is holy? Well, in that case, we just stay holy. Kodash is not holy. Kodash is going to be separated. When you consecrate, what they'll use the word sanctify. Sanctify means to separate. From their definition, we just use consecrate. When you consecrate something, you set it aside. You say, no, don't touch that. This is something special. Consecrate it. This is not for handling like we do natural stuff. You'll have good dishes. You'll have regular dishes. Don't go get the good glasses. That's consecrated for a particular purpose. Not that we won't use it, it's for a particular purpose. That's what we look at when he talk about Kodash. We're talking about people that can be used for a particular purpose. Don't go and say, see, no, it's not holy, it's Kodash. Kodash is holy. Now, this means you are a retard. In that case, we could stay with holy. Y'all got me? We're looking at being consecrated, separated. And that's what we're talking to. Wherefore, Kodash Aki. Aki is a word for endearment, brother. Not my keys, Aki. Aki. They're going to use brother. Everybody calls something brother. Aki for us. Listen.
Consider the apostle and high Kohan of our profession.
How am I going to consider something I don't know? How am I going to consider something I don't know? So considering meaning I'm going to be a comparable. When I tell somebody to consider something, that means I'm giving you options. If I come and I say he won't buy a car, I say, well, have you considered this one? Meaning I'm giving you an option. If the other one don't work, what about this? And I'm giving you something to look at. Now he's telling you that consider. The who?
The apostle and high Kohan of our profession.
Kohan. We don't have a priest. These are molesters. We have a Kohan. Was it Kahan? It makes sense to put priest with it. The Kohan would be somebody that will offer up. Somebody will go in and make intercession. Y'all got me? We're looking at the Kohan. Listen, or a teacher of our law. They said, ask now the Kohan concerning the law, teachers of our law. These will be people, particularly one, the high Kohan will be the one that will go in and will offer sacrifices. Y'all hear me? And oblations. Listen.
Mashiach Yahusha.
The Mashiach. We don't have a Messiah. Who has a Messiah? Michael Jackson. He said, I'm going to say my Messiah, my Messiah. He had one. He had that and he had Bubbles. And he had the little white boy he had sex with. That's why you don't want no Messiah. We have a Mashiach, which is going to be the anointed. Mashiach. Which is the anointed. Listen.
Who was faithful to him that appointed him.
Listen, who was faithful to him. This is where you got to ask yourself. Now, where is your commitment at? Faithful. What does it mean to be faithful? Consistent. We look at all these. Find that my brethren be steadfast, unmovable, always becoming more abundant in the works of Yahuwah. For much as you know your labor. You know why a lot of y'all quit and break off and digs off and do what you do? Because you know you're not faithful. I just be honest with y'all. I just be honest with you. If you ain't going to be faithful to Yahuwah, I can't trust you to do nothing else. That'd be honest with anybody. I don't want, everybody here different. I mean, and as you mature, as you begin to learn and look at the word, you just got to be consistent and realize something. Drop the pity party y'all have for people. That's just everyone. When he taught you this behavior toward these people in the land, this is the same thing you're dealing with people now. These people don't care. You're putting effort, concerted effort in people. They don't care. Nobody petting you, beating no drums, carrying you, making you, because you care. You have to set aside everything you're dealing with and still got to keep going. That's just like using somebody like Chris. People don't look at all the stuff you got to do. Still get him before a lot of these people. Get a wife up, get a dress, help wrap up, take it to the bathroom, do all this stuff. Got to put in, get her out, put a wheelchair in, get out. Still got to come in, still got to count money, still made the pot, still got to go do this, still got to go do this. Still got to go to work. Still got to come, can't get up. How many times he break down here crying he can't do it? How many times he get him to testify it's hard on him and people won't help him? How many times? At the end of the day, that's his cross. And he's going to have to take it up daily and follow him. How the hell you get all these days off? How you got, and you ain't even dealing with that. You make up problems. All your problems is psychosis in your head. How you get all this time off? Hell, you ought to be fired. You sit around there, you dead. I snitch on the nigga. I'm sitting here working, hell, nigga, I mean, ain't my business, but somebody ain't working. I tell them they ain't working. Point them out. Let them. I ain't trying to get nobody else business. Ain't that right? I know you supposed to stay out the other folks. I got to tell on you. Y'all hear? I'm going to tell on you. Because you got to start looking at everybody here got their stuff they got to deal with. And everybody, things are great to them. At the end of the day, that don't take away the solidify your you not being consistent with what he told you to do. That don't change your, y'all, some of this sorry ass excuses, y'all. I mean ass literally. It's at the bottom end of the barrel. The excuses y'all use for not doing, I can't get away with stuff people do. I quit. I stopped. What? Put my hand up and look back. Man, she ain't fit. That's why he couldn't let wife. I can't let light wife in. He said, I can't do it. She looked back. She ain't getting in. Do y'all understand how important it is? How many of those here been guilty looking back? Man, spare your life. What you think I look? I got a pass. Could have cut me off. How many times you been told not to envy? How many have been guilty of being envious before? The book said, I was envious of the workers of iniquity. I wasn't envious of people that did. I was envious of people that did wrong. How they get to get away with that? Could have cut me off. I'd be a fool to go back. Oh, he said I was envious at the foolish. And that man spared my life, and I'm going to go and turn and go back. I said, like, shout, we not of them that draw back. No. We not of them that draw, not on the perdition. Man, we them that believe to the saving us. I got to believe my soul saved. I don't believe till I'm saved and stop. I believe till this race is over, to completion. That's the mindset y'all got to get. Get out of yourself, making your own walls a problem and trouble. That's crazy. You know a dangerous place to get? In your own mind. When you start answering and asking your own question, dangerous. You'll start feeding into the wrong stuff. I ought to quit. Why don't you? I feel a certain way. You should. Get out of your mind. All our rationality, all our reasoning, all our resource got to come. It don't matter what I feel like. Once I hear this, once this corrected, that's got to become my consistency. This is Abarine. Abarine 3 and 1. Wait, 3 and 2?
2.
Listen.
Who was faithful to him that appointed him.
See that? Who was faithful to him that appointed him. Listen.
As also Mashah was faithful in all his house.
That's what I'm talking about. Why people ain't got that? Why ain't that in your mind telling you be faithful? Why something always in your mind telling you to stop days off, be stupid? You see why people don't look at it? Sometimes, why don't you ask yourself, how do you let that get in your mind? Why do you leave room for foolishness and not sit here and get this stuff out your mind? Look at it. Why I don't have a mind to say, I got to be faithful? I can't do it. I don't feel it. I don't want to do it. That's dangerous when the word is speaking you the double ring and you sit here, your rationality keep coming combating. This is a dangerous state. That's why it ain't good for you to stay in yourself. You got to get out of yourself. It becomes dangerous for you. Listen.
For this Anus was counted worthy of more glory than Mashah.
Listen.
Inasmuch as he who hath builded the house
has what?
More honor than the house.
Listen.
For every house is builded by some Anus.
What about this one?
But he that built all things is Elohim.
Listen.
And Mashah verily was faithful in all his house.
Listen.
As a servant for a testimony of those things which were to be spoken after.
Listen.
But Mashiach as a ben over his own house, whose house are we, if we hold fast the confidence and the rejoicing of the hope firm unto the end.
See, that got to be firm to the end. Hear that? The sound. That's what it means when people write out will. They say, I, whoever I am, being of what? Actually being a firm mind. Meaning I'm not switching up. It don't make sense because you take a contract or somebody saying this is somebody's will, that's the first thing to start off. I got to say, I got a firm mind. You know where they get that from? To death, to the end. Only time you're going to read a will going to be executed after somebody dies. Well, he just told you got to be firm to the end. Got to be sound to the end. How the hell you keep quitting and starting and stopping over? You ain't in no position to even write a will. Okay, don't worry about it. These folks condemning. Y'all don't even see how all these practices going around. You don't even have an idea what's going on. Listen.
Wherefore, as the Ruach HaKodesh saith,
to who?
This if you will hear his voice,
harden
not your hearts,
where?
As in the provocation, in the of the temptation in the wilderness, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my works 40 years.
Wherefore?
I was grieved with that generation.
And what happened?
And said, they do always err in their heart, and they have not known my ways. So I swear in my wrath, they shall not enter into my rest.
What happened?
Take heed, Aki.
Listen, y'all take heed. Everybody, he wants you to take heed. Hear this, all you people. Listen.
Lest there be in any of you.
In any?
In any of you.
Who that exclude? So you need to hear this out, because I'm going to incline my ear unto a Marshallee. adage, byword. These people became a byword. That's why he brought them back up. A byword is kind of like a catchphrase that come up. They came up to be a catchphrase. So I'm talking about what happened to some people, and I'm bringing it back up saying, make sure it don't happen to you. You need to take heed lest there be an interview. Or what?
An evil heart of unbelief.
That's your problem. Your heart's so wicked it won't let you stay consistent. You got so much going on, it keep you from believing. You wrestle with it. I do believe, but that's that heart, that inner man. He's not right. She's not right. And we got to change that. That's why you got to be transformed. We're going to transform you by the renewing of your mind. See, when we renew your mind, your information, then we're going to change that inner man. You're going to learn who becomes more dominant inside you. Listen, when you start to take on the operation of hearing the Dabarim, it does not mean that actions and different things won't come up. You just got to know how to react and how to combat them. He told you the weapons of our warfare are not, but mighty through Elohim to the pulling of strongholds. You know what he taught us the first thing he said, y'all in to do? I want you to tear down. Because a stronghold, tear down. Now that, I want you to root up. Keep it so it don't grow again. You know what happened to a lot of us? You done cut it, but you ain't laid it to the root. See, in our law, had you known this, when then y'all was sent to see a tree, he said, I saw a Kodash one from Shamayim. And you know what he told him to do? Hew down the tree, but leave the stump, which means the roots. Now, when Yehukanan came on the scene in the book of Matayahu, the third child, he said, now also the axe it laid. That's how we're going to stop it from coming back up. Now I got to kill it at the root. These behaviors, a lot of them that we have that keep coming back up, you ain't never kill the root. You got some sprays you can put weed killer. Unless it can go down and get the root, that weed coming back. You just did a temporary fix. It's going to fold down, wither up, but that thing still got root. And it's coming back. And that's what happened with a lot of behaviors y'all have in here. It keep coming up because you still got root. And what we got to do, we got to kill it at the root. Because when it keeps you from doing what he told you to do, any behavior is dangerous. And you got to see it. And you don't see it as dangerous. It's showing again your blindness. Showing again your ill will to do your own thing and looking at, I can't worry about no feelings or how I feel about that. Once the Dabarim comes, the word, that fixation has to stop. It has to end. There is a command call when I hear the Dabarim to stop what I'm doing. It's dangerous when you can keep going. Stop. Ran past a red light. You were supposed to yield. Then a stoplight and stop. Nothing stopping you. That's dangerous. Eventually, you're going to wind up killing yourself and somebody. A lot of y'all in here dangerous. I know you do. Hell, you see a red light, you punch the gas. Everything's saying stop, because you're going to wind up intersecting in and you're going to wind up getting yourself killed. But y'all just can't stop it. Come on, son.
Lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living Elohim.
Meaning you was there at one time, but now you left. Huh? The book of Galatians told you that you did run well, 5 and 7. Who did hinder you that you should not obey the Amat? He said, this persuasion didn't come from him that called you. Any of y'all here got a mind to do something out of what I tell you? You didn't get that from Elohim. I know it's the devil. It couldn't have got from him. Galatians 5 and 7. I ain't letting none of y'all off the hook. I'm making sure one or two things. You're going to turn from going to hell. I'm going to make sure you get to hell with gasoline draw. It's all about what you want to do. It's going out everywhere. In this room, across the waves, everywhere. Everywhere we can put it. Everybody got to get it. Y'all better stop letting the devil make a fool out of y'all in here. Y'all hear me? Relationship and everything else. Why y'all think a lot of this stuff already been taken from us? You've been put in these situations for a reason. You keep battling and fighting him versus sitting down saying, what is the word of Elohim? What is he trying to get me to see? What am I missing? Nah. He don't love me. Well, I might well stop. It don't matter. Nobody cares and make my own world. You can wrestle yourself in that stuff and wind up dying and going to hell. Don't y'all be stupid. Listen, Galatians 5 and 7.
Ye did run well.
So one time you was on point. One time you were doing pretty good. What happened, son?
Who did hinder you
That you
should not obey the truth.
this.
Persuasion cometh not of him that calleth you.
What happened?
A little leaven
The what?
leaveneth the whole lump.
All you got to do is just get a little bit out the way. A little over. A little indulgent. And now he done said the whole lump, man. Now the whole loaf ain't no good. You can't get cut the ends off the bread or the middle. He said the whole lump messed up now. All you got to do is put a little too much. You're not showing that and knowing that from baking and doing stuff. Why would you sit here and procrastinate and play around when it come down to sin? All you got to do is a little sin, and now you done mess around and the whole body messed up. You don't put it. How can you go back and take that leaven out once you put it in? That's why he talk about it's impossible to renew them again. See, everything he told you are things you need to know about farming, baking. Everything he told you, knowing weather, knowing time, knowing season. All the stuff he tell you about, you should know. You can't go take that out. If you mess a cake up and put too much salt in it, how do you take it back out? That's the same thing he look at. What you got to do with the cake? What are he going to do with you? He done clean you up, got you right, and now you done got a little bit too much. What is he going to do with you? That's how he can cast you into hell. See, everything he going to do to you, even you just agreed you can't save the cake. It's there now. There's nothing I can do with it. It's finished. I got to leave it like it is and just throw it away. It ain't good for nothing. And that's the same way he looks at us when we sit in here and you hit a double ring and you leave the course of what you've already been prescribed to do. Everybody in here. Y'all got to pay attention. Y'all don't even know how dangerous y'all are. Everything you're going through has been set up for a reason and you missing it. I'm trying to show you some things that you don't even realize. The man has been talking to you and you've been missing it. Give me the book of Yahusha. Yahusha. Yahusha 2, no, 23. 23, 1. Man, we'll probably come back there too. All I want to see if it's Yahusha, they're going to call it Joshua. We don't know who the guy is. Who? All are Shamut. They're going to call it Exodus, which makes no sense. But they're going to naturally associate it with leaving and going somewhere, and it's not. It's telling you that these were the names. See if it's 33. Get that first. 33. Let me see 10. We'll read down. Let's see, that's what I want. And then we'll get me Yahusha 23 and 1. Listen.
And all the people saw the cloudy pillar stand at the tabernacle door, and all the people rose up and worshipped every anus in his tent door.
See if it's 34 is what I want, 34 and 10. I'll get it. Listen.
34 and 10?
Listen, yeah.
And he said, Behold, I make a covenant before all thy people. I will do marvels such as have not been done in all the Arits, nor in any nation, and all the people among which thou art shall see the work of Yahuwah, for it is a terrible thing that I will do with
that
thee.
Makes sense? Awesome. Why won't practice put that? Terrible. See, you know what your book told them? Water in there called evil good and good evil. Why would you use terrible? Only white people. Listen.
Observe thou that which I command thee this yom.
Y'all hear that? Make sure you observe what I tell you this day. What I tell you this day, I want you to take it and you keep it from that point forward. See, he's always taught consistency. What you hear today, you got to take and you got to keep it every day. Y'all got me? When he told you to take up your tube, how long you got to take it? Every day. So what you get from it, the point where when you picking it up, you got to keep it. The problem with you guys, y'all lay too much down. What you need to lay down, every weight and sin. That you had. You put your tooth down. That's going to be the suffering that you still going to have to take it up. Because it's got a purpose. Y'all just miss it. Listen.
Behold, I drive out before thee
the who?
Amorite.
Who else?
And the Canaanite.
Who else?
And the Hittite.
Yeah.
And the Perizzite.
Yeah.
And the Hivite. And the Jebusite.
Yeah.
Take heed to thyself.
And what? Take who?
Heed to thyself.
Make sure I keep my eyes on Leon and Cam.
Take heed to thyself.
That's where the first examination comes. Let a man examine who? Himself. Take heed to yourself now. What happened?
Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, whither thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee.
Why y'all think he lead these people around you? Liquor stores, drugs, strippers, clubs, music, different foods. Why don't you get rid of all that stuff? Because what I told you to do got to be greater than what your desire is. I remember I could tell my mom and them when they come in, she'd come with me to teach a call home. They usually would call that night. I don't know if they call no more and say what I did. You can hear them if I know it'd be the teacher. She said, I said, oh, hell. Oh, that's from the school. She said, yeah, I said, uh-oh. I get that cup, wrap that thing up tight. She said, okay then, and hang that phone up. You hear them feet come, do. Scott, Scott, Scott. And you want to talk about what other people did, what other people do. And you know what they tell you? I don't care what nobody else do. What did I tell you to do? That's why he didn't get, because you know what? That same discipline a parent wants, and that's what he's trying to show. I want that same discipline. I don't care what Ryan do. Please, if I'm getting on you by something, when I'm getting on you by something, don't tell me what Anthony was doing. And then rating them. What did I tell you? That's why he left that stuff there. I don't care what nobody do. The parents pull the kid out of the class because they're going to tell because the other kid is bad. No, I don't care what they do. I know what I told you to do. That's the same thing he's trying to get you to see. What I told you to do is what, don't go, well, I know Darren married one. I know Winston supposed to be, he married with one of them. What did I tell you to do? But see, all this was left there because it's a snare. This is going to prove whether or not you're going to be consistent. You know what a lot of people do? People in drug rehab can stop smoking. People in alcohol rehab can stop drinking. Who know when? When? Why they don't have no access. Why they sit in a place with other people that don't drink. You know where the real struggle, where the real fight comes? Come out there and get among these drinkers. Come out and get among these people smoking dope and don't smoke. You see what happened? See, that's the problem with a lot of you good, Lord. If nobody got to be there with you, you got to believe just like he said. Huh? You got to believe the Dabarim with you just like he said. Huh? Y'all all right? And that's where a lot of y'all failure come in. You good, long ass. That's foolishness. This going to always be here. He's not going to take this stuff away until he destroy it. This is put here for a reason to show your consistency. The reason why a lot of you guys not where you need to be because you keep making excuses. You keep looking for other excuses. He got this stuff here for a reason, and I'll show you in a minute. But you just need to pay attention when I told you. Listen to what he said.
But ye shall destroy their altars, break their images, and cut down their groves. For thou shalt worship no other God, for Yahuwah, whose name is jealous, is a jealous Elohim. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a-whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice.
That's what we're dealing with now. That's what we're doing now. They get you to go to these musicals. They get you at these plays. Everything they got. You know how we mix in with these people? They get you culture. They get you culture, and they got you going and doing all these different places. He loved it. He know all this stuff is Greek antics around you. Whole Washington, D.C. is built after Greek theology. Everything around you, all these plays and skits, all this stuff, the Apollo Theater, everything. Why do you think he didn't get rid of this stuff? Because I'm going to see if you do what I told you. I seen people train dogs. Put their dog right there and leave. We had a guy named Jordy Coleman. He looked like a dog. He trained him so long. He would leave his dog right there. Listen, he did. He trained him so much the damn boy looked like a dog. He would leave his dog right there at that paw and go out and leave. That dog would stay right there and wouldn't move. He would listen and be gone for like an hour and a half, 2. That dog wouldn't move. He would train, he'd put food down, somebody throw it right. He said, throw it down right there. That dog look at him and he look at that dog. That dog look at the food and said, I can't eat it. And you know what he never do? Go and kick that food away from the dog, go off on nobody else and tell them why you do that. You done made my dog break commandment and I done trained that dog. He trained that dog, stay here even if it ain't down. That's what Yahuwah told you, same thing. Shaul said that you're supposed to be obedient much more in his absence than in his presence. That dog did the same. That dog, when he wasn't gone, didn't look around, be like, jump up, run. That dog stayed right there. Didn't move till he got back there. That dog would not eat unless he sitting there down and said, you can eat. You know what's dangerous? That's the same thing he told you. Other people would do stuff. You know what people do when they see that dog? I'm just see what it do. Don't you know people do the same thing with you? So you at the synagogue no more? I'm just do a little something around and just see what you do. I'm going to see if you're going to break link. I'm going to see if you're going to lose your training. That's what the devil do. The book told you we're not ignorant of Satan's device unless he should do what? superiority position by taking your stupidity and now done turn it and then become transgression because you want to hold on to a weight. That's the dangerous part of us. At the 23rd chapter book of Yahushua, 23:1, that they call Joshua. Listen.
And it came to pass a long time after that Yahuwah had given rest unto Yasharal from all their enemies round about.
Y'all hear this? He had gave them rest, which means he gave them nuah. Rested. They rested. That's what the ark did. After the flood, after the water subsided, it rested. The waters would refer to, which was the Maims, would refer to the who? The people. So when he gave them rest from their enemy, this is the same equivalent as when Nuach did. After the ark, the water subsided, which means it died down. Guess what happened? The ark rested. Well, once the people, the uproar of the people, the drive of the people died down against, fighting against us, that's why he's going to give us rest. The book told us, labor therefore, that we might enter into who? His rest, which means after they had conquered, killed, all these different, you want to get rest from these behavior, these things? First of all, hey, you fought to try to destroy them. No. No, you haven't. That's why they keep coming back up. Because you're not killing the situation, you keep pacifying the situation. You got to get some over, you got to get some coat, you got to get some handcuff, you got to get a titty in your mouth. You got to get a pat on your back. You need a data boy, a data girl. You don't need that, you need to kill it. Wow. Right quick, 3:1, Colossians. Three and 1. Listen.
If you then be risen with the Mashiach, seek those things which are above,
And not
where the Mashiach sitteth on the right hand of Elohim,
set
your affection on things above,
and not
on things on the Aritz.
for
Ye are dead,
and.
your life is hid with the Mashiach in Elohim.
So how you still living and go back to do what you used to do? How you still cutting the food, drinking, smoking, lying, cheating, fornicating, committing adultery? Probably because you ain't dead. You never died, huh? How you still disobedient? How you still transgressing? Because you had never died. Listen.
When the Mashiach, who is our life, shall appear,
Then,
shall ye also appear with him in glory.
what you want me to do?
Mortify therefore your members which are upon the Aritz.
You know what's amazing about that? You know how I should know that? Because when I was sent in, I was told to kill out all those other nations. You know why I was told to kill out all those nations? They're going to influence me. They're going to be an influence on me. Kill them. The reason why he's telling you to mortify the members, these other attachments, these other agreements and leagues you got, so they're going to wind up being a trap to you. Now, since you left them, now you got to suffer with them. See, either way it go, he done showed you where it's going to be you've been disingenuous, and because you've been unloyal or disloyal to him, it done came back and then come to hurt you. Because had you did what I told me, if you did what I told you, you wouldn't have these problems you got today. You know what Malcolm told them? Said they had done what they had listened to Mr. Muhammad, said the problem we had today, we wouldn't have it. The problem we got now, had they listened to Mr. Yahuwah, we wouldn't have the problem we had today. But the fact that you try to keep a peace, you keep doing, you keep holding on, and you left these people there, he done told you to go do, it's a snare to you. The fact you hadn't actually killed all these behaviors out of you the way you should, your disobedience, your hard-hearted, your stiff neck, they keep coming right back. Every now and then, you know what happened? Tell me what's wrong. I can't turn my neck. I guarantee they ain't going to get it fixed. Get it checked. You say, hey, you had that looked at? I just be doing something myself. That's the problem. Y'all got me? Yeah, what's dangerous, the book told you ain't got no healing medicine. How you going to fix it? How you left it in your hands to fix it? You the reason you got the problems you got. Yeah, I just got some stuff I just need to work on. You going to work on. Anytime you hear somebody say working on something, that's a direct evidence of saying it ain't fixed. What's wrong with your car? I'm working on it. But it's okay. If it was okay, why are you working on it? Because something wrong with it. Y'all got me? You need to get it to a professional. And when it come down to you fixing yourself, you're going to always come up short and you're going to do the wrong. What you think wrong ain't the problem. You know how many folks, how many cars you don't work on people that are misdiagnosed? That's not mechanics. That's what I'm doing now. I got folks in here. You ask them, they dealing with it, they handling it, they fixing it. Hell, I know you done misdiagnosed it. Because something you thinking that external is actually internal. Okay. Then you always got the best people that going to go and they're going to find something on the shelf that claim you can take something for cheaper rather than go and spend the money to fix it, and they're going to make it work. I'm going to make something lad, they're going to break down. I got a radiator leak, and I'm going to go buy a stop leak. You know what actually going to be better? Either get another radiator or take it off and get it fixed. Because now when you start pouring that junk in, you got a chance of gumming up your motor and losing the engine. So now what started out to be a little problem become a greater problem, because first of all, you want to be cheap. Just like they come down to fixing y'all motor bodies in here, the average of you cheap. You ain't going to invest in what it take to fix your soul. You're going to keep patching and peeling and put. That's why you keep coming at the same days and out. Dormant, sit here the same stuck in, because you ain't never put the effort in to really fix it. You keep thinking things gonna appease you and fix you. Things don't fix problems. Problems gotta be fixed by the dabarim. Like y'all sitting here trying to get, you kind of get, I just need somebody to encourage me. No, I need to fix what's on the inside that keep calling me up to become discouraged. All you keep doing is band-aiding gunshots. That's why it's still leaking. Y'all got me? That problem that a lot of y'all in here face, you are your biggest problem, because you keep fixing something, you keep diagnosing something, and you ain't taking what I'm trying to give you. The man done told, I wounded you with the wound of an enemy. I never intended for you to fix nothing. My purpose of wounding you was for you to come back and see me. Wow. That's amazing. You know what else is amazing? See that the book of Bamot Bar? They're going to call it Numbers. See, that's what I want. See if it's 21. Oh, let me see 21 and 4. Listen.
And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea, to compass the land of Edom, and the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way.
Listen.
And the people spake
see
against.
What happens. That's what happens when folks say people get discouraged. A lot of y'all are here discouraged because of the way. You ain't looking at where you know what's bad? You got to look at the finished product versus the work that's being done in between. Where you actually trying to go is got to come in and solidify your journey. A lot of us in here, the reason a lot of y'all start become inconsistent, because you let too many things by the way pull you off course of where you're trying to get to. For me, I got to look at the greater end of what I'm trying to do. Where I'm trying to get to has got to be greater than my labor. Y'all got me? A lot of y'all have come in here, and what you've done, you've allowed your labor to be greater than your reward. And anytime this happens, you factored in wrong, and you're going to come up short. Some of y'all days off, can't get yourself together. Hell, you be on other planet. You're moonwalking, doing everything you need to be doing. You're drawing out. I can't get some just, I don't know where. Hell, I already know what your problem is. It's sin. Sin come in through disobedience. Starting to gone. No magic potion. I just told you don't eat of that tree. So you ate of the tree I told you not to eat of. Every one of y'all here don't do what I tell you. I already know what your problem is. You did something I told you not to do. You actually y'all actually think the man's stupid? You actually think the man's stupid? I know you know what your problem is. So you eating of the tree. Why were you hiding? Why are you trying to cover up? Because you done did something I told you not to do. Kids do that. Go and get, so you come there, you see they look on their face, you realize something. How many of y'all did you walked in on your kid, you realize, but you know they done did something. They got that stupid look, don't they? That stupid look. You said, what your behind done did in him? And then you find, you did not tell your, that's what you do. He told you who I'm allocking you to, children sitting in the marketplace. I see you, every one of y'all. None of y'all get past me. Not one of y'all here, you don't get past me one time. I see your ass, nigga. Huh? I already know what your problem is. You done went right in the way. I done told you not to go in, and they're going to come back and going to be a problem to you. Come on, listen.
And the people spake against Elohim and against Mashah. Wherefore have you brought us up out of Mitzrayim to die in the wilderness?
What happened?
For there is no bread, neither is there any ma'im.
Yeah.
And our soul loatheth this light bread. And Yahuwah sent fiery serpents among the people.
Pay attention now. What happened?
And Yahuwah sent fiery serpents among the people.
He sent snakes among the people.
And they bit the people.
And they bit the people.
And much people of Yasharal died.
And much people of Yasharal died.
Therefore the people came to Mashah and said, we have sinned, for we have spoken against Yahuwah. and against thee.
Yeah.
Pray unto Yahuwah that he take away the serpents from us.
Listen.
And Mashah prayed for the people.
And what happened?
And Yahuwah said unto Mashah,
Do what?
Make thee a fiery serpent,
Make thee a fiery serpent.
and set it upon a pole.
Yeah.
And it shall come to pass that
That
everyone
what?
that is bidden,
That everyone that what?
that is bidden,
He gonna be able to fix himself?
when he looketh upon it,
What happened?
shall live.
Why did people then sit down and start cutting each other, start sucking the poison out? Not one of you can save yourself. See, the problem is, he sent your affliction on you for a reason. The whole reason why he sent that upon you, so you're going to look to me. All ye ends of the risk, and be ye saved. See, when he told you that statement, it was because of what happened here. Nobody there could save themselves. When you prayed and you asked, you had to come see the man of Elohim. Yahuwah didn't give you no answer. He spoke to me and told me what to tell you. He told me to make a brass serpent and put it upon a pole, and it's going to be that everybody that's bit going to have to look. Y'all hear me? You have to come right back and look on it. And the thing we got the problem with you guys, you keep trying to work stuff out and you're not a craftsman at what you're doing. You're not skilled at what you're doing. Your mind, your intelligence is why you on your way to hell. And I'm trying to wake y'all up before it's too late to realize that we got to get consistent. The very thing you're not doing is what he told you to do. The people who he looked to, the people he made covenant with, were people that were consistent. You're inconsistent. And why would he give you a consistent ruach? You've shown your capability of not being able to stay with nothing. Don't it make sense for you to change who you are? Don't it make sense for you to be reconstructed? He done told nobody gonna put no new patch on no old garment. Nobody gonna put no new wine in no old bottle unless they burst. You too inconsistent. The first thing you need to work on is consistency. You get that through. When you get an order, you stay with it. I got soldiers, they give you an order, what you do? You don't change them. You don't refer for them. You stay with the order. What was your orders? When somebody pop up on the base, you got orders. You go, well, I just want, where your orders at? Where your paperwork that say you're supposed to be? Where's your paperwork that told you be inconsistent? Where's your paperwork that told you the days off and daydream and sleep? That's not your orders. Then why you not paying attention? Your soul on the line. Nobody gonna put that kind of time in with you. At the end of the day, I sure you ain't teaching it for me to get consistent. This your behind on the line. And you don't realize everything this man said has been calculated the whole time, and you missed it. You missed a lot of stuff that's been going on. Y'all got me? And I'm trying to get y'all back to a point of showing this man is showing you exactly how everything works. Huh? You didn't pay attention to what happened to those people? They sat there, they murmured, they grumbled, they kicked up, and the man said, fiery serpent to bite her. He told you that in Bamidbar. And about her shit, it was going to happen. He going to wind up biting your heel. He put right there, he put right back because your disobedience, your disingenuousness, he said right here and put fiery serpent to come in and bite you, just like I told you in your law. He's going to bruise your heel. Huh? And you're going to bruise his head. He put the very same thing that bit you had to come back and see it. Y'all got me? You're going to have to transform. You even testified yourself that you said that Yahusha was a serpent. Wow, that's bad. The same thing that took you down, the same thing he used to come back to save you. If you got snake bit today and went to the hospital, you ain't gonna believe it. They're gonna take snake venom to cure it. And the snake venom they're gonna take, you ain't gonna believe it. It's gonna be from the same snake that bit you. Go ahead and get bit by a rattler and say they give you venom from a king cobra. Even they got enough sense to realize that. That don't make sense. They're gonna need to know what kind of snake bit you. You got bit by a scent snake. Then we got to get an antibody, so we got to put some of you that can build up antibodies, so your body can build up antibodies so it can reject it. It can fight it. You say, and as long as it play in your body, guess what happens? It's going to kill you. Eventually, it works through the nervous system. It's going to get internal, and it's going to go up, and once it starts to break down your body part, that snake has a way of starting to deteriorating your inner parts. And eventually, it's going to strike the heart. A vital organ that is going to stop and you're going to die. That's what sin do. Right now, while you are sinner, it's pumping through your blood. And it's just a matter of time before it get to your very being existent. Your ass is going to be dead. Okay. Y'all can play around you want to. So what the man did, he did the same. Where you think doctor learned it from? Why he didn't tell him to build a mongoose? Don't mongoose kill snakes? Why wouldn't he build a mongoose? Why wouldn't he build a snake catcher? He built the same thing that what you were bit with to come back to fix you. Huh? The same thing you were bit with, he said, go take and make another one. And put it up, and everybody that's going to live going to have to come back and going to have to look at it. Y'all got me? The book told you what they're going to do. You're going to have to look on him whom you pierced. How do you think you got that brass and serpent to stay on that stick? You had to pierce it. The book being fulfilled right in your hearing, in your eyes, you didn't even realize it. They had to come right back and look at the very thing that bit them, that got them in the situation. And you say here, and you don't even realize these people been playing you. The man told, I set you up and you've been wounded. Because of your, every one of y'all here that ain't supposed to not doing what you're supposed to do, I already know you've been doing something else. Let me tell you something flat. Not one of y'all here, I don't know you. Not one of y'all here don't know you. Anybody here think I don't know them? Is there anybody think I don't know them in here? I already know exactly why you do what you do. Because you've been doing something other than what I've been telling you to do. Because had you been doing what I told you to do, we wouldn't have that problem today. Y'all hear me? We talking about your soul on the line. I can't see how y'all can't put no time in for your soul. I come here, I put what, 2.5, 3 hours, 4 hours in? For who? For your soul. Huh? And so doing the book, I'm going to save myself. By putting in the care and the effort to make sure you get this right, is also going to equate to me saving myself. Why you don't care enough about yourself to save yourself? Why you don't care enough about yourself to stop your foolishness? Why y'all don't care enough for yourself that you'll stop putting in this effort, exerted effort behind people that don't want to be saved? Let them do what they do. That's at the end of the day. Let people do what they're going to do. If he see fit to save, he save. He don't. None of you. He told you not one of you got enough that you can save nobody else. The redemption of their soul too costly. Y'all hear me? What it costs for each every there's a sticker price on everybody here to be saved, and nobody got enough they can pay for nobody but themselves. You got to come get in front of the man that give you the ability to redeem yourself. The same way with them. They didn't have enough to save their life. Redemption of their life was too costly. They couldn't have cut and sucked and gotten nothing. They couldn't have put no patch on it. Any deliverance, any salvation going to come, they would have to get it from him. Nobody was going to be able to say, Leon, I know you finna go. I'm going to look up there for me and you. Leon dead. If Leon was going to live, Leon had to look up for himself. Why y'all keep trying to look for these people? Why y'all keep trying to see for other people? Hell, let them do what they doing. He said, let them alone. If the blind lead the blind, they two both going to fall in the ditch. What I'm trying to drag somebody blind to see for? I got to look up to save myself. Y'all got me? 23rd chapter, book of Yahushua. I want y'all people focused. I can't do it. I try to teach y'all. I try to, but y'all just so tired and blown out. But then I'm trying to look at the average of you going to hell. So I can't see how you're not putting a concerted effort to make sure you really grasping this information. You really making sure you get yourself on point so you can do what you need to do. Hell, the average you worry about where the Falcon go. I got Falcon fan here watching too. Some of them. Hell, they ain't got nothing. I guarantee ain't gonna be sick tomorrow. He's a land cat to watch the Falcon. I already know where y'all heart might be at. Y'all think I don't know none of y'all here? I know every one of them. I know exactly where y'all ever be at. Hell, the sun can't go down for y'all try to find out. How y'all know who don't want and what the school is before the sun go down? Be playing these laptops and time just ease or have it playing in the background. Some kind of way it just show. You know how to put your stuff up right. It's a site. Stuff will pop on your computer on the side and you just happen to see it. Because you playing that way, but you ain't playing nothing for your soul. Please, y'all think I'm in here, I'm stupid. It's always best to assume I'm stupid. I know every one of y'all. I know every 10 before you thought it, I done already thought it. I already done seen it. This is a self-journey. Come on, 23 and 1. Yahushua. Listen.
And it came to pass,
tell them what happened,
a long time after that Yahuwah had given rest unto Yasharal from all their enemies round about, that Yahushua waxed old and stricken in age. And Yahushua called for all Yasharal, and for their elders, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers, and said unto them, I am old and stricken in age, and ye have seen all that Yahuwah your Elohim hath done unto all these nations because of you. For Yahuwah your Elohim is he that hath fought for you. Behold, I have divided unto you by lot these nations that remain to be an inheritance for your tribes from Jordan, with all the nations that I have cut off, even unto the great sea westward.
What happened?
And Yahuwah your Elohim, he shall expel them from before you, and drive them from out of your sight, and ye shall possess their land, as Yahuwah your Elohim hath promised you.
Listen.
Be ye therefore very courageous to keep and to do all that is written in the book of the law of Mushah, that ye turn not aside therefrom to the right hand or to the left.
Listen.
That ye come not among these nations, these that remain among you, neither make mention of the name of their gods, nor cause to swear by them, neither serve them, nor bow yourselves unto them, but cleave unto Yahuwah your Elohim, as
That's
ye have
amazing.
done.
You weren't even supposed to make no mission. You see why you weren't supposed to make no lead, no guarantee these people? These people don't have you talking about cereal, which is going to take you over to what? Ceres? C-E-R, what is it? C-E-R-E-S, which is a goddess. But it won't be spelled agriculture. Ag. I just put out just agriculture. A goddess of agriculture. Yeah, just break it down for them. We'll take it like you get it. A goddess of agriculture. And you know, people go by and they'll swear by it. They say, man, I'm going to tell you some cereal is really good. I'll give you my word on this. Try these right here. They good. I done sat here and I done made a covenant with this stuff. I done recommended this stuff and given out to other people. And you weren't even supposed to make no money. You know how we learned about cereal and all this stuff? We got different than white folks. You know, in the country growing up, we ain't never get no cereal. I'm talking about the baby cereal they get a kid. Your behind went from the bottom to the table. They were mashing up vegetables, mashing up cornbread and collard green pot liquor, and that's what you ate. They start the children off with cereal. You get these cereal, you swear by these cereal, you'll tell somebody, don't use those. These are the one I use. You just what? You make a covenant, these are the one. This is the one you need to get. And you encourage and you get other people off of this stuff. These people you've been dealing with been making a fool out of you ever since you've been here. Make no mention of the Apollo Theater. All this stuff these people give you. Huh? I'm just being honest. They made a fool out ever since we've been here. And he's been trying to tell us everything they've been giving. You see the need of why we have been taught and having to revert back to our language. Just the terminology God and Lord refers over to their stuff. You weren't supposed to make no men. They always had lords and gods. Medieval. They told you their whole time been evil. Hell, if you got a medieval, you got a beginning evil. How you get mid and you ain't never get a start? You started evil. How did you get mid? And you got a later evil. That's right. Hey, you don't let the man told you he got mid evil. Now what evil you in now? 3/4? But he's been giving you words, he's been giving you fixation on stuff, and you've been pledging and doing all their fools and giving homage to these gods and doing the very thing he told you not to do. Everything he done told you that. And you know what's amazing with everyone need Greek dance? Everyone need for turn. What you got to do? It's a step. It's a step. It's a dance. You got to do it. Bring you right back these Greek goddess stuff they got. Because you got to do the muse. It's song. They always been playing with us. They learned from Yahuwah that everything is sound and vibrations. And yet you missed it. When he came and he spoke to us in the 20th chapter of the book of Allah Shamut, they heard the sound of the thunder, the lightning. The thunder will call vibration. They've been playing. Guess what happened? And all the people were moved. So guess what they do? They make beats and they do all this stuff to keep moving you. They keep mesmerizing you and amusing you. And the whole time you realize this is what happens when you give yourself over to these people. You're trying to take their music and trying to convert it and trying to make it our music. Give it back to them. Go try to take their junk and try to give it back to them. These people been playing with us the whole time we've been here, been playing with your moods and with your emotions. They know you're unstable people. And you hadn't looked at why all these things have been happening, what's been going on around you, and you've been missing a lot of stuff, and you hadn't even known. There has been a lot going on, and you have not been conscious to your present-day situation. You know that? A lot going on. Look at the 21st chapter right quick. See if that's 21, 22, Kazum. It's beautiful. Our book is coded. Everything is coded. They got stuff, they do color codes. They'll put certain colors on certain tabs. Our book is color coded too. Y'all hear me? Wow. You know what made the white sure better? The black that's on them pages. Which means the black make light. Huh? Because shop make light. Huh? What really make it stand out is the fact that black is on them pages. Showing you right there that black is light. But you wouldn't know that either, would you? Let's see something, 22 and 1. Listen.
And he shewed me a pure river of Maim of life.
They ain't going to believe it, though, would they? Let's look at it right quick. I'm going to try to get y'all finished up because y'all done disappointed me today. You know why y'all done disappointed me? Because that's what you do. 2 and 16. I'll do this quick. He got me 22:16. Let me figure this out. 22, 1, 2, 16. Come back. Get me Marty Yahoo. See, that's what you got to do. You got to run right quick. Because y'all will assume something. And you really don't know, do you? Of course they don't know. That's what I'm here for. Other brother going to give me the book. This will be quick. Ukanine. What is? I tell you what, but this is a beautiful way. Beautiful way. Let's look at it right quick. Cause on 22. Good. Sheet. Man, I play knick-knack, paddywhack with this thing. 59. See, that's what I want. All right, let's see how we work this out. Goodness, but I got some work to do. All right, let's see how they work out. Cause on 22 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably one more, probably just finish it out. Let's see how it work out. Listen.
And he shewed me a pure river of Maim of life.
He showed him a pure river of Maim of life. Maim, not water. The Abari word is Maim. That's a mem, which is what what did I miss? Which is actually going to be to the mem of our alphabet, which is going to be urine, well, the mem is actually what we look at anyway. The mem, I don't know why I circled it. Ma'im, mem, M-A-Y, M-A-Y-M, Ma'im, which is they're going to use for water. The mem is actually where we look at a lot of this stuff stemming from, which is the urine. The urine, what is it? Oh, my goodness. I don't want to put it up. Semen. Oh, goodness. Well, you look at the semen because you look at actually when it comes down, that's what water actually acts as, semen. Because when it goes down, it actually goes down and it waters the seed. Just like the woman, she has the egg. When the semen from the man that goes inside of her, it basically works as with the ma'im, the mem. It goes in and waters the seed, just like when you put it into the ground, the rain comes down, which is the ma'im, and then it goes in and causes the seed to take life, to begin to birth, and the crack, to do what it does. Y'all got me? So the earth actually acts, which is the wrist, it actually acts as the womb. That's why you dig into the ground. So the wrist is, see, again, why we say all that, you don't understand that process. You don't understand anything that's going on or comprehend. See, the only way you should believe in it is because you should believe the Dabarim. Isn't that right? You can see these things. But the book teaches in the book of Romans, the 1st chapter, for the invisible things of Elohim are clearly seen. Because you don't actually physically see the act of what he did. But they're being manifested through nature. Y'all got me? The acts are just like even with Marim, who they call Mary, being impregnated with the Ruach, because now the Ruach will act as the Ma'im, or the Mem, the semen, which is going to be the Ruach. Now you can see that going inside of her, and it began to cultivate. You got me? And when it going and begin to cultivate, it began to cause the egg to be able to take on life and formulate, and then you see it spring out of her, which is what we know as her son Yahusha. You got me? But you got to know that through nature. So this saying that these things happen without the aid of a man is not impossible, because you should have known creation. Bara. In creation, without the aid of a man, it was already created. So this is not hard for us to believe that a woman had actually taken on seed, had actually produced something without a man. He clearly told you that he took the man and put him in the garden after he had already caused these things to be done. So it's not hard to see Yahusha coming in with her when there's already a son. If you go back and look at Barashit, you clearly see I told you this at the beginning, that this was the end. That the Aritz, which is her, the woman, was going to produce seed, and it was going to come out without the aid of a man, and I was going to put a man there after. I clearly showed you in Barashit that I already had a son before a man got here. Now let it stay a mystery to you. You let it stay a mystery to you and be stupid. So this ain't hard to see. Invisible. Because you didn't see it. But now you clearly see it, don't you? Book already declared that before I told it to you. Let's just look at something. 22:1. Listen.
And he shewed me a pure river of Ma'im of life.
He showed me a pure river of Ma'im of life.
Clear as crystal.
Clear as crystal.
Proceeding out of the throne of Elohim and of the Lamb.
Listen what happened.
In the midst of the street of it,
what happened?
And on either side of the river was there the tree of life.
What happened?
Which bare 12 manner of fruits.
What happened?
And yielded her fruit every moon.
Pay attention. It yielded her fruit every moon.
And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations.
Hold on, what you got, son? By the sheet, 2:16. I'll come and do some quick cleanup for you. Who see it? Who see it? Good, good. You know the 25th of the month, what I'm going to want now. I'm going to want my check. Y'all already say you seen it. I'll just put down the pen because we're done. All right, look, listen.
And Elohim commanded thee anew, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat.
What happened?
But of the tree of the knowledge of Ta'ub and evil,
what happened?
Thou shalt not eat of it.
Pay attention. Come on. For
in the yum that thou eatest thereof,
tell them what's going to happen.
Thou shalt surely die.
At chapter 3, right quick, at verse 8. Barashit 3 and 8, because we're there right quick. Listen.
And they heard the voice of Elohim walking in the garden in the cool of the yum.
Y'all hear that? Listen.
And Adam and his Nashim hid themselves from the presence of Elohim amongst the trees of the garden.
And tell them what happened.
Elohim called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden.
And what did you do?
And I was afraid.
And did what?
Because I was naked, and I hid myself.
Tell them what happened.
He said, who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat?
And what happened?
The Anu said, the Nashim whom thou gavest to be with me.
What happened?
She gave me of the tree.
And what happened?
I did eat.
And
that's Elohim.
Good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Who got it? Anybody got it? Okay, good, good. Got it? You got it? Got a taste of it. That's all I want you to do, just taste. Beautiful, beautiful. Pick me up at Daniel 5. Let me see if it's 5 and 14. Dan-E-All, they're going to call it Daniel, but it will be Dan-E-All, which means judge of all Ahim. 5, let me see 14. Let me see what that says. Listen.
I have even heard of thee that the Ruach of Elohim is in thee.
He said, I heard of thee that the Ruach of Elohim is what?
Is in thee.
So it's going to make sense for him to be the judge of Elohim. Meaning there was somebody that Elohim was going to appoint to be the judge for him who had the Ruach. So when Yahusha came on the scene and said that the Abba judges no man, but he committed all judgment to the who? So what we going to say then? Then ye all. This is the judge of all Ahim. As he said, I done heard of you. What about it about? What is it about him again?
That the Ruach of Elohim is in thee.
See that? He got the mem, the semen. Okay. What you think gonna gravitate? What you think gonna make the change in you? The mem. The Ruach will act as the mem. Okay. Don't worry about it. Listen.
And that our and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee.
Listen.
And now the wise Anus, the astrologers, have been brought before me, that they should read this writing and make known unto me the interpretation thereof.
Mm-hmm.
But they could not shew the interpretation of the thing. And I have heard of thee that thou canst make interpretations and dissolve doubts.
Mm-hmm.
Now if thou canst read the writing and make known to me the interpretation thereof, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet, and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and shalt be the third ruler in the kingdom. Then Daniel answered and said before the Malak, let thy gifts be to thyself,
Yeah.
and give thy rewards to another.
Yeah.
Yet I will read the writing unto the king, and make known to him the interpretation.
Yeah.
O thou king, the most high Elohim.
4 is what I want. 4 and 14. 4 and 14. That's right too. That's what we to learn about how to kill, which you guys already know about. Listen.
He cried aloud and said thus, hew down the tree and cut off his branches.
Y'all hear what he just told him? He just told him he saw a Kodash one. Make it up at verse 12. Let's hit verse 12. Listen.
The leaves thereof were fair, and the fruit thereof much.
Listen.
And in it was meat for all.
And in it was meat for all. Listen what happened.
The beasts of the field had shadow under it.
Listen.
And the fowls of Shamayim dwelt in the boughs thereof.
Listen.
And all flesh was fed of it.
Listen.
I saw in the kazoon of my head upon my bed.
What?
And behold, a watcher, and a Kodash one came down from Shamayim.
Listen what happened.
He cried aloud and said thus,
What did he say?
hew down the tree,
Pay attention to what he wanted to do. He wanted to hew down the tree. What
and
happened?
cut off his branches,
And cut off his branches.
shake off his leaves,
Yeah.
and scatter his fruit.
Yeah.
Let the beasts get away from under it,
Yeah.
and the fowls from his branches.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, leave the stump of his roots in the arits.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Everybody good? Machayahu, chapter 10. 10 and 1. Y'all got it? 10 and 1. This is what happened.
And when he had called unto him his 12 taught ones,
Listen.
he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
Yeah.
Now the names of the 12 apostles are these.
At verse 5.
These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles,
And what happened?
into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not,
Listen.
but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Yasharal.
Listen.
And as ye go,
Do what?
preach,
Doing what?
saying, The kingdom of Shamayim is at hand.
What you want me to do?
Heal the sick,
What else?
cleanse the lepers,
What else you want me to do?
raise the dead,
Yeah.
cast out devils.
Yeah.
Freely ye have received,
What else you want me to do?
freely give.
I wonder why Daniel wouldn't take them gifts. It's amazing. Yeshayahu 59 and 14. We'll get ready and put a cap on this. Y'all with me?
Come on.
All right, we'll put a cap on in a minute. Y'all got it? Okay. 59. You still got a taste? Okay. We'll see if I know what I'm doing. This is like real quick chase, get to the point, right? Let's see what happens. 59:14. Listen.
And judgment is turned away backward,
Yeah.
and justice standeth afar off.
And what happened?
For Ammon is fallen in the street,
Listen.
and equity cannot enter.
Listen.
Yea, Ammon faileth,
And what happened?
and he that departeth from evil
what?
maketh himself a prey.
So what happened?
And Yahuwah saw it,
And he loved it.
and it displeased him
And what happened?
that there was no judgment.
And what happened?
And he saw that there was no Anus,
What happened?
and wondered that there was no intercessor.
That's what I'm talking about. What happened at that point?
Therefore, his arm brought salvation unto
Which
him.
is the yard. The yard would be the arm, the male genital part. Listen.
And
That's
his
why you
Sadiq,
call me Yahusha. Listen.
and his Sadiq,
Listen.
it sustained him.
That's what kept him. Listen.
For he put on Sadiq as a breastplate,
And what else did he do?
and an helmet of salvation upon his head.
Yeah.
And he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing,
Listen.
and was clad with zeal as a cloak.
Listen.
According to their deeds,
What did he do?
accordingly he will repay.
Did that? He going to get them mercy.
He will repay.
I'm going to give you exactly what you done. Book told you he not marked whatever man sow. That's what you're going to read. Listen.
Fury to his adversaries,
Yeah.
recompense to his enemies.
Listen.
To the islands he will repay.
To the coastlands, he going to repay them. Listen.
Recompense.
Listen.
So shall they fear the name of Yahuwah from the west,
When?
and
Come
his
on.
glory from the rising of the sun.
Listen what happened.
When the enemy shall come in like a flood,
When the enemy should do what?
come in like a flood,
What's going to happen?
the Ruach of Yahuwah shall lift up a standard against him.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. At the 15th chapter, if you would, please, or the 15th chapter book of Yehukanan, then we'll get ready to put a head on it for y'all. Listen. Oh, don't give me Matayahu.
I am the true vine, and my Abba is the husbandman.
Oh, what you got, son? Listen what happened.
Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he
Tell him,
taketh
he did what?
taketh away.
What happened?
And every branch that beareth fruit,
What happened?
he purgeth it,
For what reason?
that it may bring forth more fruit.
Y'all hear that? Y'all with him? Y'all with him? Matayahu 26 and 50. Confusing, ain't it? What is that preacher doing? $27.37. And we'll start to fill in some blanks. Let's see what happens. 26.50. And he'll get me Matayahu 27:37. We'll see if we can fill in some blanks for you. Listen.
And Yahushua said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come?
See that, friend? Wherefore art thou come? Come on.
Then came they and laid hands on Yahushua and took him.
What happened?
And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand,
Yeah.
and drew his sword, and struck his servant of the high Kahan, and smote off his ear.
What happened?
Then said Yahushua unto him,
What happened?
Put up again thy sword into his place.
Yeah.
For all they that take the sword
So do what?
shall perish with the sword.
Listen.
Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Abba?
And what happened?
And he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of Malachi.
What's the problem?
But how then shall the scriptures be
He said,
fulfilled?
that's all I'm talking about. I got to look at the scriptures. You know what happened with us? The behaviors y'all have in here, the stuff y'all do sometimes. Why you ain't worried about the scripture? You could do that, but he said, but how the scripture going to be fulfilled? See, that's what his care, his concern was more about. Now, I could do something differently, but the scripture got to be fulfilled. He had to be thinking about me. Had to be thinking about you. Let's see what happened.
That thus it must be.
That thus it must be.
In that same hour
What
said
happened?
Yahushua to the multitudes,
What?
Are ye come out as against a thief, with swords and staves for to take me?
Yeah.
I sat daily with you teaching in the temple,
And what happened?
and ye laid no hold on
And
me.
you didn't put no hands on me. What happened?
But all this was done, that the scriptures of the Nabal might
See,
be
we got to talk
fulfilled.
about the script. We got to go back to the Nabal, not the prophet. NBA, not National Basketball League. The Nabal got to be fulfilled. What was it?
Then all the taught ones forsook him and fled.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Matayahu, 27:37. 27:37. Matayahu. Y'all almost to the end now. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. You're right at the end. Then the other one gonna give me your Uka 9, 19, and 30. Let's see if we can't walk the dog. Put a collar on it. Let's see. Listen.
And set up,
Y'all got it? How many of y'all got it? We at the end there. It's at the tip of the tongue. I got to listen.
and set up over his head
Here's what?
accusation written, This is Yahusha, the Malach of the Yahudim. Then were there two thieves crucified with him,
What happened? Listen, pay attention. There were two thieves crucified with him. Tell me what it was.
one on the right hand,
And what else happened?
another on the left. And they that passed by reviled him, wagging their heads and saying, Thou that destroyest the temple and buildest it in 3 yamim, save thyself. If thou be the Ben of Elohim, come down from the toot. Likewise also the Rosh Kohan, mocking him with the scribes and elders, said, he saved others, himself he cannot save.
Y'all missed something else happened too. I'll just remind you. Just before we move on, since we're here, 23rd chapter of the book of Yeshayahu, you don't have to go back and get it. Y'all didn't pay attention either, did you? Who remember what happened here? Good, because I done did a lot of teaching, but I remember. If y'all remember over here, in the 23rd chapter, Yahushua had some of all Yashral. And he called the heads of the people, the elders. That's why they were there. Because you know what he told them? He was old, he was getting ready to die. That's why he told you about that. He knew you were going to miss it. I knew you would miss it. You just didn't pay attention. That's what he did. He called all of Yashral there, and he had, I need all the heads of the tribe here. They were there. I need your elders. That's why he told you the Kohans and the elders, they were there. He made sure everybody was there. Because I was getting ready to die. Come on, jump over to Yehukanah 1930. Then I'll explain what y'all missed. So y'all missed it? Agreed y'all missed it? It's agreed? Okay, that's all I need to say. Listen.
When Yahushua therefore had received the vinegar,
Tell him what he did.
he said, it is finished.
Listen what happened. When he received it, he said, finish. Tell him what happened, Brandon.
And he bowed his head,
And did what?
gave up the Ruach.
And listen what happened.
The Yahudim therefore,
Because what?
it was the preparation
Tell him what happened.
that the body should not remain upon the toot on the Shabbat Yom.
So what happened?
For that Shabbat Yom was a Shabbatun.
So it was a Shabbatun, which means that was a high Shabbat. Shabbatun. Listen.
Besought Pilate
They
that their
besought
legs
Pilate. What did they do now?
besought Pilate
They asked Pilate.
that their legs might be broken,
And then what happened?
and that they might be taken away.
What happened?
Then came the soldiers and brake the legs of the first and of the other which was crucified with him.
Uh-huh.
But when they came to Yahusha and saw that he was dead already,
What happened?
they brake not his legs.
Listen what happened.
But one of the soldiers with a spear
Did what?
pierced his side,
They pierced his what?
his side,
And tell him what happened.
and forthwith came there out blood and maim.
If y'all would have paid attention to the 22nd chapter of the book of Kazum, this was real quick and easy what I gave y'all. Real quick and easy. Elementary. You just missed all of it. In the 22nd chapter of the book of Kazum, 22 and 1. He started telling y'all something he seen. He saw a tree. You're not going to believe it, Leon. There was water on both sides of the tree. That's why he told you when they crucified him, it was a thief on one side and on the other. Because he was that tree. He also told you that it bare 12 mounds of fruit. These 12, Yahushua sent forth. They were for the healing of the nations. He told them, preach, heal the sick, raise the dead. He knew you weren't going to catch it. That's why he sent the 12 out. They were for the healing of the nation. He told you, I saw a Kadash one. And you know what the Kadash one told me to do? Heal him down the tree. That's why they had to take him down. Shabbat was coming. Told him to shake the leaves. When they came to get him, he said, then all of them forsook him. Because when you shake a tree, the leaves going to fall. This is what I do for a living. He clearly told you in the book of Yeshayahu, the 59th chapter, he told you that when the enemy should come in like a flood. So he was talking about the people. They was on both sides of it. The tree was there. Another thing you missed, you should have been paying attention to was Bereshit 2 and 16. Because he clearly told them not to eat of that tree. Because the day you eat of it, you know what you're going to do? You were going to die. So what are they going to have to give you to get you back? Another tree. Because you ate the one that died. That's why he told you in the 6th chapter book of Yehukanah, except you eat my flesh and drink mine, you ain't got no life in you. See, the snake that bit you, except you look on this one, you ain't got no life. See, I do this for a living. You do it for recreation. I knew you weren't going to catch it. That's why he gave it to me. There was no way you were going to see it. I wanted to put it together and break it down to you that pretty and that fast. This is what I do. That's good. Okay.